the conceptual idea was that they all basically come to a state of rest. And then when people come in, you're kind of like a virus, and then you hit one, which causes another one to inflate, which causes another one up there to deflate. You set off a kind of chain reaction, like a virus, into the ecosystem. And then after people leave it for a while, it just will go back to rest.
I'm Jenna Didier, and I'm the Director of Materials and Applications, which is a research center for landscape and architecture.
And I'm Oliver Hess. I'm the Technical Director, which means I just basically do the work that Jenna doesn't want to do.
Even though I'm not an architect, I knew many architects that are very creative and yet don't get to express that in their typical work. So I thought I'd open a center where architects or even designers or even artists could come and express on a level, on a scale that is an actual size, so that the experience of all the exciting stuff that's happening in architecture and design right now could be shared right at street level. It's an open courtyard, it's an open space. It started in 2002. I cloaked the building in several layers of undulating skeins of four-way stretch lycra, and it just was a way to announce materials and applications to the neighborhood and to the street. And luckily it sort of took off. I didn't know if it would, but people did respond. And Oliver was one of the people who responded. I have a fountain company, and I didn't want to just do fountains. After 10 years of building and engineering fountains, it gets a little bit dull. I mean, they're all different, but essentially they're machines inserted in the landscape, and I wanted to follow that through and see what other people could be you know, thinking of now and inventing now and creating now that are sort of like machines embedded in the landscape.
Ready? Looking up.
Our last installation was a flooded courtyard. We captured rainwater off the roof and flooded it, and Oliver and I created this responsive network of jets. The jets would jump up and respond to you moving, and even it would respond to hand signals. There's no standard way that anyone has to approach us with an idea. People who we don't know at all will just simply submit ideas to us, either digitally or verbally.
Usually it takes about a year to develop each idea, from the time that it comes to the time that it's done. And in that time, we all work together and try to resolve all of our kind of interests and issues.
There were lots of inflatables that were done in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but we hadn't seen one that was really successfully responsive, and we hadn't seen one that was really at that giant of a scale. It was a fun idea that kind of grabbed us, that we wanted to explore.
Over the next 2 years, imagine what we're going to do. Just think about it for a little while.